So following the previously awesome match that AJ Lee and Kaitlyn had together at Payback,
Hmm.
we had one that wasn't as good, but still not too bad, I think. When you compare this to what the normal Divas matches are, as opposed to just comparing it to the previous one, yeah, it's going to fall short to the previous one, but normal Divas matches, still better than what we usually get.
The contract signing for this match actually seemed better than the match itself.
Because it was, but
She just snapped and went.
I don't know.
Shit.
Caitlyn, I would say
Sucks.
worked better. Well, no, she worked better at Payback than she did Money in the Bank. AJ still did her usual stuff, but it just seemed like they didn't click as well on Money in the Bank than they did at Payback. Something was off.
Maybe that was because Layla was there.
Yeah, clearly. And Biggie, he didn't wear the uncle attire at Payback, did he? I mean, that's pretty distracting, isn't it? That would throw me off.
The Uncle had a cookie. He's a weird looking motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean there were some spots here that were highlights and some lowlights and all that other kind of stuff. There was that little section in there where AJ gets pushed off the top rope and Langston catches her, and I think it was Lawler was like, "Oh, that's probably gonna hurt more than if she would have just landed on the fucking ground."
I love Lawler.
Biggie has to be the butt of like every joke that like refers to him being at ringside or doing a spot.
Is he still like trying to eat people's food?
I don't know. I never
Well,
watched Backstage Fallout.
Yeah, I don't watch the inbox stuff on their YouTube channel.
Inbox is actually the only one I do watch.
Chicken leg in his hand or something, or like a bucket of KFC.
That'd be great if he would have came out to the pay-per-view during that.
From what I've seen in NXT, the guy does great work as a babyface. Like I honestly, I'm dying for them to make him a babyface because his stuff is really good. Like he's got a great charisma and an awesome sense of humor to him. Just being the generic big heel just isn't working for me.
No.
No, he's Tomko at best at the moment. That's what he is.
But I've heard a lot. It's like Miguel's saying this, and I've heard a lot of other fans say like his NXT stuff. Like he's very charismatic when he's allowed to be like talk and be a babyface. Basically, I've heard like a lot of people say that. I haven't seen any of his like most of his NXT work, but if I've been hearing it, it must ring true.
I've seen a lot of his tweets on Twitter. The guy's funny. Like that one that I posted
with him that they did with Tomko, which was have AJ whisper something into his ear, and then Dolph goes, "Oh my God, she is a slut," and then leave it at that. Because I don't want to see Big E versus Dolph because it's just not gonna look good. And Dolph can sell like anything. He can sell a fucking chair, but still, I just think Big E at this point in time is just.
I don't think Dolph should be selling for Big E. I like Big E. I think he should be pushed as a babyface, but I don't think he's ready to be in that spot yet.
Anyway, the match was a average Kaitlyn match rather than the above average Kaitlyn match we got a month ago. Yeah,
she had a good spot with the Hurricanrana that switched into the Black Widow.
Yeah, that was the best spot on the match, though. Most of it was just. I don't know, they're trying to play off the whole storyline that she still has Kaitlyn's number and the mind games and stuff. Where what they really need to do is play on that whole vengeful aspect that Kaitlyn's got going on and the adrenaline of the situation, the fact that she's going extremely psychopathic. I think that would help the match a lot more. And having Big E out there at the moment just doesn't. It makes it look like there's a sure thing for AJ. In my opinion.
Speaking of a sure thing, is there anybody who's going to beat AJ for this? I mean, nobody's really being set up as a potential challenger. I mean, we don't even have anybody really in the woodwork. They have to bring somebody in from NXT, I think, to be able to beat AJ at this point.
Well, clearly it's going to be Victoria. I mean, they've got it set up for it now. I was being sarcastic, by the way. I was waiting for the giggles.
I was going to say, Kaitlyn had the title for a while. AJ's clearly going to have it longer than that. They have time. It's because she's going to be one of those people that kind of defends it here and there, but mainly holds it around, but then gets a huge, long title reign out of it because she's the only person to hold that belt.
It's going to be like a Hornswoggle Cruiserweight Championship type thing.
Yeah,
with AJ in the Divas Championship. No.
but with actual talent.
Yeah, AJ at the moment, she is the only diva who's actually got her own T-shirt. She's one of the most recognized divas in the company at the moment. She deserves to be in the position that she's in.
For as long as
Just needs
possible.
better people to work with.
Peyton, any thoughts?
Nope.
I like
And
that.
obviously, we had no fantasy points on the line for this one. So, anything else anybody wants to mention, or should we move on?
I think
Nope.
that's it.
All right, next part coming your way. Chris Jericho against Ryback.